If you're building a home-based business, you're trying to recruit and sell products, you're trying to rank up and bank up, right? You're trying to grow your home business right now. It is harder than it was a couple years ago. There's pros and cons to that, right? Because if it's harder for you, it's also harder for your competition. How do I stand out amongst all the noise and competition? And by the way, your competition isn't just like other health and wellness companies, other MLMs. It's also distraction. How do you stand out? What was working 2 years ago ain't working right now. Now, you might come across some influencers that are crushing it. They're consistently generating leads, consistently putting in new customers and recruiting, but they've built influence. There's a difference though in an influencer and a leader. They can be one and the same. I know some influencers that are also tremendous leaders, but I definitely know some leaders that they're not social media influencers, but there's definitely influencers out there. They can sling some product all day. That doesn't necessarily mean that they can build a team, that they can mentor others. But if you want to know how to stand out right now, do that. What, John? What? Do what? Mentor people. Build relationships with people. There's some things that always work. And one of those things is really locking arms with people, pouring into people, speaking life into them, believing in them when they don't believe in themselves. I know that's like a boring thing for some of you here. Like, oh man, I thought you were going to give me some like social media scripts. I thought you were going to give me the strategies. Listen, every company right now, decent company, has a product that works. Every company nowadays, it seems like, is teaching people how to brand themselves. And I actually think that's part of the problem. If I look at the top promoters on my team, the people that are recruiting the most, selling the most, bringing in the most customers, they're not hiding what they do. They're not hiding that they're with a company. They're not hiding the company they're with. They're not hiding the products anymore. You got to be loud. You got to be proud. You can't be afraid to talk about what you do. You can't be afraid to tell your story and share your experience. You can't be afraid to like get on the phone with someone, go out to lunch, go out to breakfast, do a FaceTime, building a real relationship. And you better be willing to get in the trenches, figuring out ways to add an extra layer of support. It's hard to compete with support. It's hard to compete with mentorship. It's hard to compete with loyalty. If someone's loyal to you, and they just love working with you and they actually have a relationship with you, you also got to be careful because you don't want to get too close at the same time. Like if someone sees you wasted with a lampshade on your head one time, all credibility out the window. This is what it's all about. But you got to remember that when you're having that analysis paralysis or you're not starting enough conversations. It's like I ask people, how many people did you ATM this week? How are you going to enroll a new customer, enroll a new distributor? How are you going to grow a team, grow a business, build your empire if you're talking to 0 people? If 0 people watched the presentation this week, probably going to have a tough time recruiting anybody. It's probably going to be really hard to get some new customers if all you're doing is posting and praying. Fingers crossed, they click on my link. It doesn't work like that anymore. You have to ask questions. You have to connect with people. It's all about culture and connection. It's all about accountability and community. This is what's going to stand out these days. It is separation season. It's not as easy just to post and pray and get lucky and, build influence. Some people will do a phenomenal job with this. Who cares if they don't re-up next month? If they're not growing, rank advancing, selling, recruiting, if they're not having success on the products, they're not going to keep ordering. They're not going to waste their money. They're not going to get their hopes up like, well, hopefully it works next month because I got 0 results the first month. Sad but true. So you should focus on the hero products, the products that give, like for me, I drink my collagen coffee every morning. I have at least 2, sometimes 3 cups. I get a lot of energy from that. I love my collagen coffee. So that's what I talk about. That's what I promote. I love the magnesium. That's what I promote. I love the collagen. That's what I promote. Figure out what products you love the most. And it could be a system. Like in our company, in our organization, we have the 5-day reset. We have our body transformation system. Like we have some programs and systems that provide more than just like, here's a product. Here's a magical pill, powder, juice. There's support. There's community. There's follow through, follow up. This is how you stand out. People will say, I got 2,000 friends, but I don't even know most of them. Like, whose fault is that? What is the point of friending people up? What is the point of gaining followers and getting engagement if you're not going to reach out to people? You can ask my followers. I'm in their inbox. You can ask my friends. I'm in their inbox. I'm always promoting something. I'm always connecting with people. I'm always building relationships. I'm always doing something. I stay busy. I stay active. And I know some of you will say, well, you're full time. You make millions. I was like this when I was part-time. I was like this before I fired my boss. I was like this in the early years of network marketing because I knew that if I have more conversations and I expose, involve, upgrade people, I take them through the funnel, I take them through the process, I'm going to have people join me. I'm going to have people buy from me. And then the other thing is it's a game. No is just no, not yet. No, not now. It's a challenge. Like, oh, you said no? Okay. We'll just stay in touch. Oh, you're going to quit my team? Okay, we'll still stay in touch. Why? Because to me, it's a game. It's like 6 months from now when that person's back in my inbox. Like, hey, okay, I'm finally ready to join. Or, hey, I want to come back. Or, hey, I haven't ordered in a while, but I saw there's a promo. Like, I'm ready to get involved. I'm ready to re-up, like I talked about earlier, right? The people that have the best retention, they are in the trenches. They are promoting what they're excited about every day, all the time. Now, I'm not saying that you got to be an infomercial, but if I go to your page right now, man, I don't see any before and afters. I don't see any value-based content. I don't see any calls to action. You're not offering me a freebie. You're not offering me a download. There's no community you're promoting. There's no product you're promoting. There's no program you're promoting. You're not offering me anything. Well, why would I get in touch with you? Why would I follow you? Let me ask you this. Would you follow you? It's a valid question. Would you join you? Would you buy from you? Now, don't be weak sauce and say, probably not. People follow strength, not weakness. They're looking for someone that has certainty. That's exciting. Your number one focus should be helping the newest person hit the first rank. I would have a goal if I were you, 10 new customers every month, at least 5, but I think 10 is a better number. At least 1 new recruit every month, but I'd prefer 3. So I typically say 5 and 1 if you're getting started, 5 new customers, 1 new recruit. And if you're serious and you want to build a full-time income, it's got to be 10 new customers and 3 recruits. But you got to get back to teaching people fundamentals. I just think so many people need to hear this conversation because they're like, my business isn't growing. I can't get attention like I could a couple years ago when everybody was sitting at home. It can't be true. It can't be a fair statement because why are other people rank advancing? Why are other people bringing in new customers and recruiting and growing and all, right? What are they doing that you're not? That's right. Value, building a list, getting people off of TikTok, getting people off of Reels, getting people off their social media, text messaging them, emailing them, one-on-one conversations. It's hard to compete with that. If you want to stand out, this is what you do. You go, oh, I'm getting less followers, but are you reaching out to the followers you have? But if you truly want duplication, you truly want to inspire people, I literally can't think of anything else that can set you apart than getting people to events. And I know I'm a broken record. You're like, gosh, this is all you talk about recently. Because the people that are investing in themselves, they're investing in their education, their belief, their confidence, their knowledge. They're learning from the best people. Those are the people that have the most momentum. Those are the people that have the most excitement, passion. They catch the vision. See, some things are taught, some things are caught. You can teach things, like I'm teaching you things, but it's hard to catch the vision through a phone, through the virtual, connection you get with people. It's just, there's nothing that can replace that because you know what? You're sitting next to someone. You're hugging them. You're taking a picture with them, making a TikTok with them, right? You're high-fiving them. You're shaking their hand. You're going out to lunch. You're going out to dinner. You're sharing a meal, sharing a conversation. That's how you set yourself apart from the competition. It is separation season, my friend. You're going to have to work harder. You're going to have to work smarter. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's easy. I'm just going to tell you it's worth it. Because again, been doing this 23 years. So imagine how many times I've had trainings like this, conversations like this, and 3 years go by, 5 years go by, 10 years go by. And I see those people. I'm like, they got nothing to show for it. They gave up on the dream. They focused on the drama. They focused on the challenge. They focused on the problem. It's easy to find problems. It's easy to point, the economy sucks, inflation, all the political stuff that's going on, all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. There's all these competitors. There's all these ways to make money and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, got it. So what's the solution? Relationships, community, connection, offline events, pouring into people, mentoring people, giving them support, giving them guidance. Culture eats strategy for breakfast.